ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, it's the Knoxville Nationals Wicked Cushion for the 410 Sprint Cars here at the Knoxville Raceway Management Wheel. Joining me in the booth tonight is Zane Scott. Zane, welcome here on this Tuesday evening, and a change of scenery from normally what the 360s normally run. It's Knoxville's Nationals week here, and after night number one last night, we had two different winners in Victory Lane. I mean, a track that was very slick from bottom to top. What are we going to expect to see here tonight?
Brett, I think we're going to see a little bit of the same. 72 degrees outside, 92% humidity, but if you look at how many cars we have registered tonight, we're going to have 5 heat races, 10 laps apiece. This track is going to get slick, but the big question is, will it get like an ice skating rink? But right now, we're up qualifying in Weston Newell to the top of the charts with a 15.912.
And you see David Heilemann last night coming across the line in race number 2, the first car, but however, a late race penalty after being deemed to jump a restart, got shuffled back 2 positions, and therefore got third. Race 1 went to the guy that's sitting in 7th place, Robert Kerstetter. And well, I'll tell you what, we're going to toot the horn a little bit here. Race number 2, the victory was given to me after, as I said, David Heilemann jumped the restart, and it's something that these the admins here police very harshly, and they're not afraid to take a win from somebody if they jump a restart.
Not at all, and that's one of the great things about the DOB league is that they stick to the rules. They'll say them once, and you got to follow them. If you break them, you're going to get penalized, and that basically creates some good racing because guys know that they can't jump the starts. They got to go when they're supposed to, and a lot of times that allows the guy on the outside and even guys 2 or 3 rows back are able to time a start. We see guys going to 1 super close.
All right, let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole in the 222, it's going to be Weston Newell. To his outside, the 57 of Anthony Lepresto. At a position 3, car number 39, it's John Batista. At a position 4, the 32 of James Taylor. At a position 5, it's the 94 of Danny Burkhardt. At a position number 6 in car number 89, it's Josh Gerlash. Ryan Martin will start out of position 7, and David Flick will start out of position number 8. And top 4, I think, move on through to the feature. And well, if you're any further from sort of 6 on back, even 7th on back, it's going to be a C main, and it's going to make just a little bit tougher. We've got nearly 40 cars for night number 2 of the Knoxville Nationals.
40 cars signed in tonight, so we are definitely going to see a C main and possibly even a D or just a C main tonight. So this your qualifying time and where you finish the heat races are going to be super important. We're going to see Weston Newell, Anthony Lepresto on the front row. Those guys are going to try to pull away early, separate themselves from 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. That way they know they're locking themselves into tonight's A main event.
Now one more time around behind the iRacing official pace track here at the Knoxville Raceway. We thank you for tuning in here. Obviously last night not covered, tonight covered here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Tomorrow night, Chaos Stolfer is going to be in the booth from Max Speed TV, so make sure you come back out tomorrow night, and he'll do a fantastic job, no doubt. And then the final night, Thursday night, it'll be live back here on Ultimate Dirt TV as well. So start of the night, Knoxville Nationals, the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals, night number 2, race number 1, heat 1, about to roll off. Weston Newell will have control of this restart. Can't go until he gets past the exit of the billboards on turn 4. Green flag is out, and we're underway.
Weston Newell gets a jump on the field. He'll quickly go to the lead as Anthony Lepresto comes to the bottom side of the racetrack. There's contact between him and John Batista, and now Batista's going to get a battle with James Taylor for that 3rd and 4th spot. But don't look behind him because here comes Danny Burkhardt.
Yeah, the 32 of Taylor just hanging on to the 4th and final transfer spot right now. Look at the 024 of Ryan Martin. He's made his way up into position number 5 as they look to battle for that 4th and final transfer spot. Meanwhile, Weston Newell out to a comfortable lead, although Anthony Lepresto run on the slide job line through turns 3 and 4. He's about 3 or 4 car lengths away from Weston Newell right now, so the track is starting off very slick, and no doubt what we've seen last night as well, it's going to get slicker.
Definitely is. This track's a lot more slicker than I think a lot of people anticipated as Ryan Martin and Danny Burkhardt battle for 5th place, as Martin's going to try to set his eyes on James Taylor for the 4th and final transfer spot, and as James Taylor's trying to hunt down John Batista for 3rd, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to throw away a transfer spot. Yeah,
battle for the race lead. Anthony Lepresto now takes over the running of the top spot on the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. Second is Weston Newell. 3rd is Batista. Then you go back to James Taylor back there in position number 4. Comfortable right now. Yellow flag is out on the racetrack, and it's Ryan Martin, the 024. We'll take a look at our Colby's iFates instant replay.
Looks like Ryan Martin and Danny Burkhart were side by side coming out turn 4. Martin was about midway down the straightaway. Burkhart was on the wall. Burkhart touched the wall with basically the right side of the car. It came down the track right as Ryan Martin was coming up to get set for turn 1.
A bit of a racing deal there between the pair. I mean, the 94 Burkhart, and when you come off the wall here, you're carrying so much speed down the front straightaway. It's very hard to react in time, and I mean, unfortunately for Ryan Martin, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Definitely the case there for Ryan Martin. For him, that's going to put him all the way at the back of this heat race. And for him, he's going to have maybe 1 or 2 laps to pass as many cars as he can and try to get out of the C main and at least start in tonight's B main. But right now, he's not happy where he's sitting, as Danny Burkhart's going to be able to keep it up there in 5th. And on the restart, he's going to look for that transfer spot to tonight's A main.
Alright, so that's still flashing here on the iRacing official page track as they come out of turn 2 past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. We'll get the 1 to go signal this time by. So essentially we're going to have a green-white check and a finish off heat race number 1, and I think we're just going to have to keep an eye on the track. It's something these drivers are going to have to adapt to. Last night, you know, race number 2, you know, we're both in it, and it was just a case of, I think people underestimating how slick that the track was, and it was fairly slick from bottom to top. And you know, you throw in a wicked cushion, as I'd say here, it's gonna be a tough night for some of these drivers.
Definitely. The one thing tonight, though, I did notice 92% humidity, so there's a lot of moisture in the air, which means a lot of moisture is going to get into that, as Stephen Calavoda would call it, the dark chocolate up top, and that's going to build a big cushion. And maybe that cushion tonight is going to be a little bit smoother than last night, and it's going to allow guys to run on it just a little bit harder and keep guys from freight trading on the bottom.
I wonder how those PA Posse guys will do here. Oh wait, my bad, sorry. Brad Sweet's already won the Knoxville Nationals in real life. Here we go. Getting set to go, green flag, green white checker incoming, and who got a jump on the in-start? That is going to be a black flag for someone. I'm not sure who that was. It might have been Ryan Martin in the 024, but man, I don't think that's going to stick, so we'll keep an eye on that with Taylor now. Looks to get back around the outside of Martin into turns 3 and 4, coming to the white flag.
Ryan Martin went from 8th to 4th basically before they even reached turn 1. So James Taylor's just going to run the cushion and get back by around him. And here comes Danny Burkhart around the outside of Martin as Anthony Lepresso is going to come up here to take the checkered flag as Weston Mule gets around on the bottom side. They're side by side out of 4, but Lepresso is going to carry the momentum to the checkered flag.
Lepresso getting the job done here in heat race number 1. Weston Mule 2nd, Batista 3rd, and James Taylor 4th. And we'll see those 4 drivers locked into the show here for tonight's main event. The rest of the guys are going to be in a B and a C main. And Zane, why don't you run us through our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 2.
Starting grid for heat race number 2 on the pole. It'll be the number 33 machine, Team VLR, Tech 3, sprint car of David Heimelman, and to his outside in the 115, it'll be Stephen Renaud. Starting on the inside of the second row in the number 93, Dirt Track and Bastards, Wicked Cushion, Blue Spear sprint car will be 93 of Chris Robertson to his outside, the Tony Stewart Racing number 5, Wicked Cushion machine of Drew Neal. On the inside of row 3 in the 421 machine, it'll be the Lumberjack Brandon Roxbury, and starting to his outside in the 6th position, another Dirt Track and Bastards sprint car of Tyler Henselman. And it looks like he's going to miss the start, so he will not start on the outside of the 3rd row. And instead, you can put the number 8 machine of Alex Studinger there. And on the back of the field, it'll be number 10 machine of Corey Cosboth, starting in 7th position.
Not going to lie, it's been a while since I've seen Cosboth out here in the league, but yeah, no doubt he'll try and get as far up as he can. This is a quite a stacked field here. The like I said, nearly 40-odd drivers signed into the pit area tonight as they all look to take home the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals. It's a long week, Zane, especially, you know, racing 3 nights a week. It's all about gathering points. Come Thursday night, it's all about being in that top 32.
Top 32 for sure, and with 40 cars signed in tonight, that means guys are going to get bumped out, so you can't just miss a race like I am tonight and hope to make it. You're going to have to race your way in. So some of these guys here in the back of these heat races battling for points, and they're battling for their spot in tonight's Thursday finale, but David Heimelman is going to bring us to green, and we're on the hammer.
Yeah, Now Harleman will lead us to the drop of the green flag past the Doug Clark virtual stand into 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Britton Roxbury back there in position 5. He's got Drew Neal and Chris Roberts in front of him. I kind of pulled Chris Roberts last night around the bottom as Roberts to the top side in turn number 3 and 4.
Roxbury was planted on the bottom of 3 and 4 and got the run on the 5 machine of Drew Neal, and he's not done. He's going to look to the inside of Chris Roberts, but he's going to get caught up in the slick, and he's going to lose all that ground that he gained as Drew Neal gets back around him on the outside for the 4th spot. But don't look back. Here comes Roxbury once again on the bottom through 3 and 4. This time the run is going to be just as good.
Yeah, the bottom side, right on the inside berm, has got some grip still. Oh no! Drew Neal tagged the back of Britton Roxbury. Both cars heading upside down. And now they both get back up on all fours, and man, that's going to be heartbreak not only for Drew Neal, but also Britton Roxbury as well. Both drivers fighting it out as we take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay, just to see exactly what happened here as they coming out of turn number 2. Drew Neal just, I don't think he was anticipating a little bit of a Roxbury slider there.
I think, if anything, he was anticipating Roxbury to keep sliding up the racetrack, but instead Roxbury planted it right in the middle, and Drew was on the gas going to try to drive back underneath him. And unfortunately, the two guys just fighting for the same real estate there in turns 1 and 2.
Now we'll call that a bit of a racing deal there, but unfortunately for both guys, fortunately for both guys, they're still able to, circulate around the racetrack on all fours without having that dreaded meatball. Stuttinger as well, he's out. Tyler Henselman, although he's going to be 2 laps down, he's going to be in position 7. So I mean, there's a chance that Drew Neal or Britton Roxbury, can fight their way back. One of those drivers could possibly fight their way back into the top 4, with Corey Cosboth. But it's going to be tough for Cosboth to hang on.
Definitely going to be so. He's got 2 super fast drivers behind him in the Tony Stewart Racing number 5 of Drew Neal, and the Black Diamonds Motorsports 421 of Britton Roxbury. Both those guys are going to be on the hammer. Going to try to get around Cosboth here for that 4th and final transfer spot. And I definitely wouldn't be surprised here if we see Roxbury try to rocket around Drew Neal early through 1 and 2.
All right, lights are out on the pace track here at the Knoxville Raceway. David Heileman will lead us off of turn number 4 this time by. Then we'll have Stephen Renaud, Chris Roberts, Corey Cosboth, Drew Neal, Britton Roxbury, and Tyler Henselman. Your 7 cars left here in heat race number 1 as they bring him down the back straight away. And David Heileman going to look to get redemption after last night's penalty in the feature, getting shuffled back to position 3. He's going to look to start on the outside of the front row for the 2nd time in just as many races.
Heilman will bring us to the green, and we're back to green flag racing here at Knoxville. As Heilman drives into 1, we're looking for that battle for the final transfer spot as Drew Neal and Roxbury side by side through 1 and 2. Neal's on the cushion, Roxbury 1 lane below, and they're going side by side. Contact on the back straightaway. They both keep it running though, and here comes Roxbury with a big slide job, and he's going to come up short on the 4th and final transfer spot.
3 laps to go here as Corey Cosboth hangs on to the 4th and final spot right now. A direct transfer into the main event later on this evening, but Britton Roxbury, he's going to do everything in his power. He goes back to the bottom side in turns 3 and 4. However, the battle for the race leads Stephen Renaud now looking to the inside of David Heileman, going to slide up with a slide job, but David Heileman crosses back underneath him. Battle on for the lead.
Your race is for the lead. Stephen Renaud puts it on the cushion. David Heileman on the bottom side of the racetrack. Heileman's going to get the run, but here comes Renaud with a big run back into 1. Heileman through the middle, Renaud back to the top. Is he going to have anything for him down the back straightaway and into turn number 3?
Now Britton Roxbury's got by Corey Cosboth down the back straightaway off of turn number 4. Oh no, Stephen Renaud! He had 1 turn to go, and then he's going to put Corey Cosboth in a direct transfer. David Heileman, Chris Roberts, Britton Roxbury, Corey Cosboth, Drew Neal, Stephen Renaud, Tyler Henselman, and Alex Studinger as well. Man, big one there, Stephen Renaud. He's now going to have to come from the back of the B main. Man, a costly mistake for the 115.
Definitely a costly mistake, and sometimes you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to try to win a heat race when you're 2nd, you're locked into the A main? Stephen Renaud thought it was, and unfortunately he just made a slight mistake, got in the wall. And for Corey Cosboth, that one benefits him basically tremendously because he had lost the final transfer spot to Britton Roxbury, but due to Stephen Renaud's unfortunate crash there, he's going to make it back into the A main.
All right, the City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 3, starting on the pole in car number 44, it's Ryan Pace. So he's outside in the Tony Stewart Racing car number 27, winner from race number 1 last night. It's Robert Kerstetter. Inside second row in the UW Motorsports, Wicked Cushion, Colby's iPates, car number 54, it's Mad Max Stamball. At a position number 4 in car number 58, it's Zachary Settle. At a position number 5 in car number 73, Alan Savell. So he's outside in car number 20, his teammate. At a position 6, it's Jonathan Lowe. Another teammate as well, so 3 dirt track and Barson's teammates starting in 5, 6, and 7 out of position 7 in car number 77, and it's Aaron Schaefer. And starting position number 8, and watch this guy to come through the field in the United Dirt Sim Racing Association Dirt Co Media House, car number 4, it's Chase Cabray.
Chase Cabray starting shotgun on the field. He'll have 10 laps to work his way to the front, and we know that he is going to have that pedal to the floor. It's going to be interesting to see how Cabray fares in this heat race, and if he can make it up to the front here and lock himself in tonight's amen.
Going to be a tough deal. Ryan Pace, Robert Kerstetter getting set to go. Green flag racing here. Heat race number 3, Wicked Cushion, Knoxville Nationals, night number 2. Green flag is out and we're underway. I'm already seeing Ryan Pace jump straight to the top side of the racetrack, but keep an eye. Look at nearly 3 wide. Oh no, Samoa 1. Cabray around, half saves it. Are we going to go yellow? I don't think we are.
Oh, heartbreak. No caution flag there for Chase Cabray. That's going to do him, basically do him in for this heat race unless he gets one, but the battle for the lead as Ryan Pace runs the top. Kerstetter on the bottom. They both go through the middle. Kerstetter gets up to the cushion. Is going to try to get a run out of turn 4 and into turn 1, but don't look too far behind because here comes that lime green machine of Zachary Settle.
Yeah, Settle in the 58 as well, certainly putting it to these guys at the front, Kerstetter and Ryan Pace. 4th is Stamball right now, 5th. 1 spot out of a transfer is Aaron Schaefer in the 77. They got a fair ways back to the 73 of Alan Samel, Chase Cabray, and Jonathan Lyle at DNF. Here is now your battle. Here's for the lead off of turn number 2. Kerstetter all over the rear nerf bar. They're 44 down the back straight away.
Kerstetter bangs a cushion. Pace runs 1 line below, down into turn 1. Kerstetter going to go back to the cushion along with Pace. They're almost going to touch through the mid, turn 1 and 2. Kerstetter gets a run out of 4. Does he have anything in turns 3, or is he going to go back to the high side? Yes, he does. He runs on the cushion. We'll try to mount another run on the 44 of Ryan Pace.
Halfway home this time, bypass the flag standing down into 1 and 2. It's Ryan Pace, your race leader from Robert Kerstetter, and that's your battle on screen. Then you go back to Settle and Stamball, no change to 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Meanwhile, Smells out, Cabray's now up to 6th, so that's going to be a C and a B main spot right now. But here comes Kerstetter, trying the outside line, rolling that cushion through turns 1, down through the middle, and back up to the top off of turn number 2.
Ryan Pace leads out front, but here comes Max Stamball, and Aaron Schaefer is going to try to battle for the 4th spot. But right now, we have a race for that 3rd spot and a race for the lead as Kerstetter gets a huge run through 1 and 2, puts the left front on the right rear, side by side on the back straightaway. They're going to come basically to 2 laps to go as Kerstetter is going to cross back underneath Pace, side by side down the front straightaway.
Unbelievable heat racing action here so far in night number 2 of the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals, presented by the Dirty Old Bastards. Kerstetter, your race leader, into 3 and 4. Slide job coming from Pace. No, Kerstetter keeps the foot in the bucket. 1 to go for Robert Kerstetter.
1 lap to go as Kerstetter runs the lead, but Max Stamball throws a slide job for 3rd. Zachary Settle and Max Stamball race side by side as Stamball's going to get a run down the back straight. It went into 3 as Robert Kerstetter is going to hold off Ryan Pace and pick up heat race number 3.
Well done to Robert Kerstetter, Ryan Pace, Max Stamball getting 3rd, Zachary Settle getting 4th as well, and locking himself into the show. Then we'll obviously have Aaron Schaefer, Chase Cabray, Alan Samel, and Jonathan Lowe. Let's take a look as Scott will go through our City Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 4.
Heat race number 4 is going to line up like this. Starting on the pole position in the number 23 NOS Energy Drink MFA oil machine. It'll be Logan Christensen, and to his outside in the number 31. That car is yet to be repainted. It'll be the team setting driver of Tyson Landis. Starting on the inside of the second row in the number 127, Study Group holding Wicked Cushion BRM Holdings 410 Media Machine of Stephen Hill, and to his outside in the 05 Great Clips machine it'll be Tyler Curtis. Starting on the inside of the third row. Yes, it'll be the number 29 SETI Group Holdings Team SETI Wicked Cushion BRM holding machine of Mark Pinsky, and to his outside in the 010 machine, it'll be Steve Castle. Starting in the last row, the number 15 Donnie Shots Look Like machine, it'll be Dylan Workman, and to his outside in the number 7, it'll be David Diller. That's how they're going to line up for heat race number 4, as we have one lap to the drop of the green.
Alright, so keep an eye on the inside of the second row. Stephen Hill going to look to move forward in this one, and your new teammate, keep an eye on Tyson Lane as well. He picked up a Knoxville win last season in the 410, so I mean, he knows how to get it done. Tyson Lane, it's all about, and he actually done it on the bottom side, and the track was very slick, but he done it at night time. We'll see what he can do. He's been fast and been very consistent over the past sort of 4 to 6 weeks in both series, not only the 410s, but also the Blue Sphere 360s as well. Logan Christensen getting set to lead us to the green flag here at heat race number 4. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Green flag is out as Christensen goes to lead, but here comes Stephen Hill on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to slide up. He's going to lose all momentum as the SETI group, or the Team SETI drivers run side by side as Christensen gets in the wall going into 3. He's going to lose a little bit of ground, and that's going to allow Tyson Landis to get a run on him. Let's see if he's got anything in turn 1.
Landis, Pinsky getting all out of shape down the front straightaway. Landis looking for a slide job, stays in the middle of the racetrack off of turn number 2. He now looks to go high in 3 and 4. Stephen Hill trying to run through the middle, trying to slide up and get to the cushion, but here comes Landis now, looking for a way past a race leader, Logan Christensen.
Christensen runs the bottom and slides up, uses a slider line, but that's going to cost him because Landis is going to have a huge run going into 3. Christensen goes back to the bottom side, hits the berm, slides up one more time, and here comes Landis. This time he's got to run, but there's contact between them as Landis goes to the inside of the racetrack. Now Stephen Hill looks for second, as we got a couple guys get together in the back of the field, and that's going to allow Dylan Workman to move up to 4th.
Yeah, Workman from 7th up to 4th in the Donnie Shots throwback scheme there. Stephen Hill sliding into 2nd. Landis was jumping on and bouncing all over that cushion through turns 3 and 4. He's going to throw the slide job into 1 and 2. Almost thought about a double slide job, but man, that had to be pinpoint there in the slide job. And now Stephen Hill, he's going to throw a slider back at Tyson Landis.
The teammates duke it out here in heat race number 4, but this time Stephen Hill looks like he's going to seal the spot, but don't bet on it, because here comes Tyson Landis. He's going to get caught in a slick, and now Stephen Hill's going to mount a run on Logan Christensen down into 3. Christensen slides up the racetrack. Stephen Hill's got it on the cushion. He's going to be right on his tail tank going down the front straightaway.
4 to go that time, bypass the flag stand here at the Knoxville Raceway. Wicked Cushion, Knoxville Nationals night number 2, race 1, heat number 4. Spit that out very, very fast. Stephen Hill with a slide job for the race lead. Christensen turns it back underneath, and your race is for the lead.
The race is for the lead. As you just said, we're side by side, and here comes Logan Christensen, slides up the racetrack. He's going to make Stephen Hill check up, but Hill's going to stay on it. Will he have anything in 3? No, he will not. He goes back to the cushion. Tyson Landis is going to try to reel him back in as both drivers cut down the racetrack. Hill's going to go to the top side of the racetrack, get into the wall, cuts back down to the bottom. He's going to run right through the middle here on Logan Christensen, slides up the racetrack, side by side, wheel-to-wheel contact.
Contact, Christensen back to 3rd, Landis back to 2nd. That was just a hard racing deal. Both drivers going at it, coming to the white flag. Stephen Hill, your race leader, looking to start on the outside of row number 2 for tonight's main event. Has Landis got anything for him? Meanwhile, battle for 3rd and 4th. Christensen holds off a hard charging Dylan Workman. They come into 3 and 4 for the final time. Stephen Hill gets the win. 2nd home is Tyson Landis. Logan Christensen 3rd. 4th is going to go to Dylan Workman, Steve Castle, Mark Pinsky, Tyler Curtis, and David Diller. Rounds out the field, and man, so far 4 heat races, Zane, and it's been 4 unbelievable races.
Side by side action. We've seen passing. We have basically seen everything here already tonight, and we're only 4 heat races in. We still got 1 more heat, a C, a B, and tonight's A main.
Still plenty of racing left on this one as we have a look at our SETI Group Holdings starting grid for heat race number 5, the 5th and final heat of the night. Starting on the pole, car number 25 in the TTL Esports car, it's Lewis Stewart. So he's outside in the Team SETI Group Holdings Wicked Cushion 057, it's Craig Dunn. At a position number 3 in car number 22, it's Kyle Atkinson. At a position number 4 In the 09, it's Bruce Jones. Starting out of position 5 in the UW Motorsports, Wicked Cushion. Colby's iPate's caliber 34, it's Michael Sheridan. At a position number 6 in caliber 97 in the Team SETI Group Holdings, Wicked Cushion, Colby's iPate's, it's Matthew Henninger. At a position number 7 in caliber 3, it's Mike Roxbury. And at a position number 8 in caliber 40, it's Parker Davis. Well, a couple of Aussies on the front row. Now for heat race number 5, the 5th and final, and Craig Dunn. As he's done all season, he's been very consistent, and it's something that he's worked on, I believe, qualifying. He's been a big improver on qualifying.
He definitely has. Craig Dunn, I think, is going to go down as this year's most improved driver. We've seen him sweep race nights, and we've seen him up front almost every single race here with the Dirty Old Bastards this year, or this season, really. So Craig Dunn's going to, I mean, he's going to might have some for Lewis Hewitt here. I hate to say it. Everyone likes to think that, you know, Mr. Money in the Bank's going to pull away, but I think Dunn's going to give him a challenge.
Well, he is beatable. Let's just say that. I out-qualified him last night at Charlotte at a 4:10, so he is beatable. He is a human, but we'll see what happens here. 10 laps on the board. Lewis Hewitt and Craig Dunn, the front row. Green flag is out. Mr. Money in the Bank, Lewis Hewitt, will get us underway. You got a good start. Oh, car into the wall. I believe that might have been Sheridan in the 34. No, it's not. It's somebody else. It's Henninger.
Matthew Henninger gets a bad start, and Craig Dunn's going to have to try to reel in Lewis Hewitt up front. But right now we have a battle for third as Bruce Jones looks to the inside of Kyle Atkinson, but he's going to lose a lot of ground here. And this is going to allow Michael Sheridan to reel him in. That's the battle for the final transfer spot as Sheridan gets a run on the outside of Jones.
Sheridan in race number 2 last night, he was the top 10 car, but he just couldn't go anywhere, and he's getting caught up in other people's stuff. But it's just one of those deals. But now he gets up into position 4. If he can finish 4th, he will start position 20. So it's still a long way back right now for any one of these drivers that are going to finish 3rd and 4th in this heat race. And I mean, even if you finish 2nd, you're still going to be on the outside of row number 4 anyway. So I mean, you're still going to have to pass a crap load of cars.
Every position means a lot of positions in tonight's AMA, but we're going to go under caution as we got one car upside down in turn 1. It is the number 40 machine of Parker Davis.
We'll take a look at our Colby's iPate's instant replay. I believe there might have been contact between Parker Davis and the 3 of Mike Roxbury. Watching the replay now. Yeah, Roxbury just got a little out of shape, got in the slick, and Parker Davis was just there on the outside, got a run. And unfortunately for the 40 machine, he goes upside down, takes a violent ride in turns 1 and 2. That'll end his heat race, and we'll see him in tonight's C main. So, as you said, yeah, we go back to this each car you pass. Essentially, that's going to be about two rows, sometimes even 3rd row, depending on where you finish.
Yeah, I mean, every car you pass here in a heat race is going to move you up. I mean, we're going to have 5 spots in the feature, so the winner of this heat's going to start 5th, and whoever finishes 4th is going to start 20th. So, I mean, there's a 15-spot difference there. So you want to pass as many guys as you can in these heat races. And for Michael Sheridan, he's going to try to get around Kyle Atkinson for 3rd. That would take him from 20th up to 15th, and then get past Craig Dunn, it puts you 10th. So, I mean, every car is a lot of positions. That's going to help your case in tonight's A main here. As Hewitt looks like we're going to have one more to go.
We are on. I think we're on 1 to green this time when we come past the flag stand. So we'll have 3 laps remain left here in the final heat race of the night. Reminder, if you haven't done so already, if you're watching on Facebook, head over to the YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/UltimateTV. We're live on there as well. Hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out facebook.com/UltimateTV. Hit the like and follow button. We are live many times a week. Can't tell you how many times. I'm starting to lose track of how many times I go live during the week, but show you support as well to Wicked Cushion. You can check them out on Facebook, and we'll get to the rest at the resumption, at the conclusion of heat race number 5. Green flag is out. Lewis Hewitt. Car. I'm not sure who that was at the back. It might have been Bruce Jones, maybe?
Yellow.
Bruce Jones just didn't get going, and that bottled up everybody. And then Mike Roxbury pulls a wheelie, getting back on the gas, and comes down to Matthew Henninger and just gets sideways to bring out a caution. And that's going to end this heat race.
In fact, it was Roxbury who got into the back of Jones there. that's why he was actually so slow there. And then Roxbury, after he hit the wall, I believe he came down into the 97 of Henninger as well. So that will bring out the checkered flag for the 5th and final heat of the night. And heat racing action is complete next time by. So, of course, the sponsors Ultimate Dare to me. I want to thank Cedi Group Holdings. You can visit it on the web at www.cedi.com. That's CEDI.com. And, of course, Colby's Eye Paint as well. You can check them out on Facebook. Obviously, I can't thank Zane yourself enough for all the work that you've done with the camera packs as well. They do a phenomenal job at all the angles that we see here on Ultimate Dare TV. They're all done by yours truly, Zane Scott. So thank you, buddy.
Anytime, it's a pleasure. So Hewitt's going to drive around here. He'll take the checker flag, and that'll put him 5th in tonight's A main. And I'm just kind of looking through this field here. We're going to see Matthew Henninger finish 5th. That's going to put him, 5th in the B main. Bruce Jones 6th. He'll probably start 10th in B main. And Roxbury most likely will have to go to the C. Davis will have to go to the C. So, I mean, we're definitely going to see a couple of guys really have to work their way through some alphabet soup.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's actually going to do the alphabet soup run here tonight as we're getting set for tonight's C main. We'll take a look at our Cedi Group Holdings starting grid. Zane, I'll let you read that one off.
So starting off here tonight with the C main, we're going to have the number 89 machine of Josh Gerlach on the pole, and to his outside on the dirt track ambassadors, number 21 machine will be Tyler Henselman. Starting on the inside of row 2 and number 73, another dirt track ambassadors Blue Sphere Wicked Cushion machine, that'll be Alan Simmerell. And to his outside in the 05 Shark Week machine, that'll be Tyler Curtis. On the inside of row 3, starting in the 5th position, that'll be number 3 machine of Mike Roxbury. And to his outside in number 024, starting 6th, it'll be Ryan Martin. Starting 7th on the grid, number 8 machine, that'll be Alex Studinger. And to his outside, it'll be the number 20 machine of Jonathan Lowe. So we'll see, it looks like 3 Dirt Track Ambassador cards in the C main, so they're going to have their work cut out for them. And then we move to the last row, starting on the inside in the 9th position, number 7 machine of David Diller. And to his outside, of number 40, we saw him get upside down in that last heat race. It'll be Parker Davis. So good job to that crew getting that car put back together to make the call. And it looks like we have a couple guys that did not grid, so you can move up the inside row. It looks like 2 rows. That'll put David Diller starting in the 5th position and Alex Studinger starting 3rd.
And that'll also put Alan Simmerell on the pole along with his teammate, the 21 of Tyler Henselman. Man, if you're in that inside row, you've already caught a break. I mean, there's essentially 2 rows, so 4 cars you didn't have to pass. If you're the likes of, the guy starting out of 5th in car number 7, David Diller, he would have started 9th. Now he starts 5th. So, like I said, 4 cars, and I think the top 2 or top 4 from this? Top 2.
I think top 2 from the C main. So that it benefits those guys a ton.
All right, getting set for tonight's C main. 10 laps the distance here around the Knoxville Raceway. You're watching the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV, presented by the Dirty Old Bastards. And it's the Knoxville Nationals all week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. Tuesday and Thursday on Ultimate Dirt TV. And of course, Wednesday night, tomorrow night, you can join KR Stolfus from Max Speed TV as well. Getting set to go green flag. Zane, I'll let you do this one.
All right, so Simmerell and Henselman are going to bring us to the green. It's a Dirt Track Ambassadors front row. Right behind him in the number 8 machine, it's Alex Studinger. Let's see if he's got a jump on him. He's done. It's a front row. Got a great start. We got contact, and we're going to have a big pileup on the front straightaway. It's a number 8 machine of Alex Studinger. Didn't get going, and that caused a big pileup behind him.
Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paint's instant replay here. I think he might have just come up and chopped the nose off of that 05 machine. Yeah, he did, and then it was just all cars from there. Parker Davis involved as well. He got caught up, but he's still able to circulate on the racetrack. So, I mean, the only one that was sort of harmed in that one was the 8 machine, and like I said, it looks like he got a bit of a jump on the 05. Curtis tried to come up the racetrack, and unfortunately, when the right rear meets the left front, generally one of the guys got upside down, and it's not the guy that has the big right rear tire contact, but he did this time.
Yeah, and we see that a lot at a track like Knoxville. If one guy gets out of shape on the front straightaway, it's going to be a huge pileup. We've seen it in real life a couple years ago. Sammy Swindell, you know, had nowhere to go, got upside down, and here comes basically the rest of the field right behind him, and he got hit pretty hard. And the same thing here for Alex, just got on the wall, and here comes basically the rest of the C main behind him. So tough break for him as he's going to have to go to the pits with that number 8 machine, a Byron Reed lookalike. So that's kind of cool. Byron Reed up from where we're from. But anyway, we're going to get back to the guys on track as Alan Smell is going to basically command of the field here when they come to the green. Henselman second, Diller third, so he's one spot out looking in, and then Tyler Curtis, who was the other main culprit in that incident, will start in fourth. So we'll have 4 laps down. We'll have, it looks like 5 to go or 6 to go when 6. We'll have 6 to go when they take the green flag. So we got about half a heat race distance here for, it looks like 8 cars on track. 7 cars on track.
7, we only take the top 2. Now, Josh Conover, anyone can run every night, but it's all about points through the first 3 nights, and they take the top 32 drivers in points, and they take them into Thursday night, and then they run the show from there. Anyhow, green flag getting set to come back out here at the Knoxville Raceway. A slow pace, and Henselman picked up the front end. The 7 car, David Diller had contact. But we're going to stay green for the moment. Ryan Martin on the outside of Tyler Curtis in turns 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Martin, as he's 1 spot out of a transfer right now. And if he doesn't get this, his night is pretty much over until race number 2.
Martin's going to try to work to the inside of Henselman here as he slides up the racetrack. He's going to try to get into the moisture. He's going to find it, but he's going to lose a little bit of ground, but he's going to have to try to run down Henselman down the back straightaway as we stay green after that, basically the restart chaos. And here comes Tyler Curtis trying to mount a run on Martin to get into that 3rd spot as they race down the 1.
4 laps to go for your race leader, Alan Samel, in car number 73, started on the pole, was scheduled to start out of 3, but started on the pole. Tyler Henselman in second. He started on the outside of the front row, so 2 of the Dirt Truck and Bastard teammates run 1-2 with just 3 laps to go, looking to continue their alphabet soup run here tonight.
We got a battle for the final transfer spot, though, as Ryan Martin was all over the back bumper of the 21 machine of Tyler Henselman. He lost a little bit out of 2 as he got sideways, but he's going to try to mount another run coming out of 4. Has he got anything for him? We have about 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Your popsicle sticks are in the air. Once again, side by side through 1 and 2. He's going to lose all the ground in the world, though, coming out of the turn. And here comes Tyler Curtis, who is inside. 2 for 1. Not quite.
Yeah, Curtis put a move on Martin there in the 3 and 4. The white flag is out. Can Tyler Curtis, can he take the final transfer spot away from Tyler Henselman? We'll see as they thunder down the back straight away. Down into 3 and 4. He's going to go low. He's going to look for the slide job. Henselman keeps a foot in the bucket. Alan Samel wins. Tyler Henselman gets second. Ryan Martin back to 3rd. 4th went to Tyler Curtis. Parker Davis was our 5th finisher. David Diller, Jonathan Lowe all ended up with DNFs in that one. And now we take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for tonight's B main. Starting on the pole in car number 94, it's Danny Burkhardt. To his outside in car number 5, it's Drew Neal. At a position number 3, the 77 of Aaron Schaefer. At a position 4, it's the 010 of Steve Castle. At a position 5, it's the 97 of Matthew Henninger. Starting at a position number 6 in car number 56, it's David Flick. At a position 7, the 115 of Stephen Renaud. At a position number 8, it's the 4 of Chase Cabray. At a position 9, the 29 of Mark Pinsky, lining up alongside the 09 of Bruce Jones at a position 10. And our 6th and final row, your 2 C main transfers. Your C main winner in car number 73, Alan Samel, starts out of position 11. And Tyler Henselman in the 21 starts out of position number 12. 12 laps of distance here. We take the top 4. And this is going to be an all-out brawl here, Zane.
It is going to be a brawl without a doubt. We got some fast guys who are on the outside looking in right now. You got the number 97 of Matthew Henninger, the 56 of David Flick, the 115 of Stephen Renaud, the 4 of Chase Cabray, the 29 of Mark Pinsky. And I mean, everyone outside the top 4 is a threat to make it up there. So it's going to really depend on how guys can get through turns 1 and 2. How many guys can they pick off on this initial start? And for the guys in those top 4 spots, don't do anything to throw it away. Try to keep your spot and don't run the fence and dump it and take yourself out tonight's amen.
Alright, getting set to go. Green flag racing this time by Danny Burkhardt, Drew Neal, your top two, Aaron Schaefer, Steve Castle. Let's get underway. 12 laps the distance, and we are green here in tonight's B-Main. Top four will advance.
Burkhardt gets a great jump as Drew Neal's going to settle for that second spot, and we got a couple guys side by side. Matthew Henninger's all over the bottom. He's going to lose a lot of ground, and here comes the number 4 machine of Chase Cabray as he dives down to the bottom side of the racetrack. David Flick works the top side on Steve Castle. Cabray is going to try to pick off Schaefer, but he's going to get on the berm and lose a couple seconds to him.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers are on the top side. Cabray, the first driver in your top 6, running the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to find some grip down low. Now through the slick in 3 and 4, Castle around the outside of Schaefer. Now here comes Flick to the inside, Schaefer outside, inside, wishy-washy into the wall. In turns 1, he's upside down, and we stay green for the moment. Pinsky 3 wide with Samel, and I believe that might be Jones, but oh no, Samel hard into the wall and upside down. Samel's night is over.
Samel gets upside down, and somehow we stay green as we got a battle for the final transfer spot. Here comes Chase Cabray running the bottom side of the racetrack. He got by David Flick and Steve Castle as they run almost 3 wide. Here comes Cabray, dives down into number 3. Thought about sliding up the racetrack, but he's second guess. He's going to stay on the bottom, and that's going to allow Flick to get another run. These are side by side. That's the battle for the 4th and final transfer spot as Steve Castle works on Drew Neal.
Yeah, Cabray continues to work the bottom side. Castle trying to work over Drew Neal for second. David Flick through the middle, sliding up to the cushion in 3 and 4. Cabray now picking up position number 3, looking for second. A run down the front straight away, going to slide to the top, and he will pick up second. Drew Neal back to 3rd. Castle back to 4th, and he has got David Flick all over the rear bar of him. And here comes Flick with a slide down on Castle. He'll pick up position 4. Halfway home, 6 down, 6 to go.
The best race on the track right now is that battle for the 4th and final transfer. Steve Castle slides up the racetrack. They're going to run side by side, wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. And Dave Flick with a big 2-for-1 move slides up the racetrack, cuts Drew Neal off. Drew Neal's going to get sideways. Neal's going to fall back to 5th. But luckily for him there, Steve Castle got on the wall. That's going to allow those guys to keep battling for the 4th and final transfer spot.
Here comes Cabray on Burkhardt for the race lead into turn number 3 and 4. Burkhardt diamonds it from the top through the middle on the exit of corner number 4. He gets to the cushion back in 1 and 2. Cabray now, he's right up and challenging for the race lead, looking to drive around the outside, thinking about where he wants to go. He makes a late move to duck to the inside. He's going to keep it on the bottom side. Your races for the lead. Cabray from 8th to 1st.
Cabray goes by 7 to get up to the top spot as he rails the cushion through 1 and 2, and now will basically pull away from Danny Burkhardt by about half a straightaway. But that 4th and final transfer is without where your eyes need to be, as Drew Neal is still battling on Steve Castle. As Neal runs the top side of the racetrack, he's going to try to get a run on Castle, going down the one. Castle gets in the wall, comes up the racetrack, there's contact. Drew Neal saves it somehow as Neal shuts the door on Steve Castle.
1 and a bit to go. 1 to go for your race leader. This time bypass the flag stand. Cabray, the battle on screen between Drew Neal and Steve Castle. This is your 4th and final transfer spot battle right now. Drew Neal looks to have it locked up, but down the back straightaway for the final time in B-Main. He started 8th. He will get the win, and he will start position 21 in tonight's main event. Chase Cabray gets the job done. Danny Burkhardt in 2nd. 3rd goes to David Flick. 4th is going to be Drew Neal, and we'll see those guys 9th. Their Knoxville Nationals campaign in race number 1. It will continue.
They keep the dream alive as they'll make tonight's A-Main. They're going to have to start 21st through 24th, so they'll have the work cut out for them again. That's going to set up one hard charging battle for Chase Cabray, as he's definitely going to try to work up through this feature field, but it's time. It's tonight's A-Main.
All right, let's take a look at our City Group Holdings starting grid for tonight's 25-lap main event for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals, night number 2, race number 1. And starting on the pole in car number 57, it's Anthony Lepresto. To his outside in car number 33, it's David Heidelman. At a position number 3 in car number 27, it's Robert Kirstead. To his outside in the 127, it's Stephen Hill. Out of position number 5, in car number 25, it's Lewis Hewitt. Out of position 6, the 222 of Western Newell. Out of position 7, the 93 of Chris Roberts. Out of position number 8, the 44 of Ryan Pace. Out of position 9, the 31 of Tyson Landis. Out of position number 10, it's the 057 of Craig Dunn. Zane, you read us from 11th on back.
Starting on the inside of row number 6 and 11th will be the 39 of John Batista, and to his outside in 12th will be his teammate in the 421, Brandon Roxbury, as Max Stanball on the number 54 is going to roll off 13th to the inside of number 23 of Logan Christensen. Starting 15th, the number 22 will be Kyle Atkinson, and to his outside in 32 will be James Taylor, as Corey Kospoff is going to roll off 17th to the inside of the number 58 machine of Zachary Settle. And starting 19th, the number 15 machine will be Dylan Workman, and to his outside in the 20th starting position will be the UWU Motorsports driver of Michael Sheridan, and the number 34. And then in 21st, we have the first of our B-main transfers, and that number 4 machine, it is Chase Cabray, and to his outside in number 94 to be Danny Burkhardt. And starting on the last row in the 23rd spot will be number 56 of David Flick, and to his outside shotgun on the field in the Tony Stewart Racing number 5, it'll be Drew Neal.
25 laps on the board here at the Knoxville Raceway for the Wicked Cushion. Knoxville Nationals night number 2, race number 1 feature. Getting set to roll off, Anthony Lopresto, David Heineman, Robert Kerstetter, and Stephen Hill, your top 2 rows. We time to get after it here at the Knoxville Raceway. We wait for Lopresto to launch off of turn number 4. He does so, and we are green here in tonight's main event.
Well, Presso with the jump, but here comes David Heidelman back to the inside through 1 and 2. Diamonds off the turn. He's going to try to get a run down the back straightaways. Hewitt looks to the inside of Kerstetter. We stay green as Heidelman runs the bounce out of the racetrack. He's got some for Anthony Lopresso as he makes the pass. Lopresso back to second, and now Hewitt will try to get the second spot away from Anthony Lopresso right through the middle as we're 3 wide as we battle for the fifth and 4th and 6th spots.
Yeah, keep an eye on the 25 of Hewitt now looking to the inside of Anthony Lopresto into turn number 3 and 4. Keep an eye on the 93, the gutter rat, the king of the gutter rat, Chris Roberts. He just loves the bottom side of the racetrack. He wasn't there last night, but Kerstetter and Lopresto run nose to tail. They're 3rd and 4th right now. Lewis Hewitt in 2nd, and David Holman, your race leader. Yellow flag is out. Not sure who that was for.
Chase Cabray with a big flip in 1 and 2. But he's not the only one. We got a couple cars, actually.
Just seen Logan Christensen there and Zachary Settle also getting involved there as well. So take a look at our Colby's iPaint's instant replay. Christensen and Settle had contact. And Cabray sort of went on his own.
Cabray, yeah, living the risky life on the cushion, and it bit him coming out of turn 2.
If that car's got a meatball flag, he's back on pit road, so it doesn't really matter. Zach Settle as well, he's back on pit road. We'll see if anybody else. I believe that's all. So we've lost 2 cars in the opening exchanges here of this race so far. David Heineman, he's looked impressive in both nights. This track is not as quite as slick as it was last night, but it's still slick to where these guys have to have, they have to have throttle control. Otherwise, you're just going to spin the tires.
Yeah, and a 410, I mean, throttle control is what's going to make you fast. 360's hammered down a little bit more, but a 410, it's all about being smooth on that right pedal. And for Heidelman, he's got it. He's got the smooth foot, but he's going to have some challenge here from Lewis Hewitt right behind him. And this track is multi-groove here. We still got a good cushion on the top side. We still got moisture on the bottom. And if you kind of look closely, you can see a little bit of moisture through the middle. So a lot of different choices here to run. And for David Heilman, he's just got to pick and choose. And then for Hewitt, he's going to have to pick and choose where Heilman doesn't. So we'll have to see how this restart's going to go. We'll have 22 cars take the green flag here on the restart.
All right, so David Holloman, your race leader, as we're coming through turns 3 and 4 now. He's going to be careful not to get penalised after he got penalised last night, but I'm sure he won't make the same mistake twice as green flag is out. Lewis Hewitt picked up the front end of that race car as well, big time on that restart. There's now Kirsten on the inside of Lopresto, and your battle is for 3rd and 4th down the back straightaway.
Lepresto on the high side, Kerstetter on the bottom. Kerstetter's going to slide up. He's going to take the line away from Lepresto. Lepresto has to check up, and Kerstetter now moves in the thirds. We got a battle for fifth between Chris Roberts and Stephen Hill. Hill on the top side, Roberts on the bottom, and they look like they're going to reel in Anthony Lepresto here. So Lepresto losing ground early in the same main is a little bit of net code there, definitely for sure, as Hill's going to push up the racetrack, and we got a couple slide drops further back in the field.
Yeah, Hill was very lucky to save that one. They said a bit of net code. It happens. You know, it happens sometimes. But man, the 127 was very lucky to not be into the fence and into the wall upside down. As meanwhile, guys are literally all over the racetrack, top, bottom. Even guys are running the middle. We've got the yellow flag out, and it looks like the 32 of James Taylor slowing on the exit of turn number 4. Let's take a look at the Colby's iPane's instant replay. Newell caught the wall on the back straightaway and then jumped the cushion in turns 3 and 4, and that's obviously the reason for the caution there. So unfortunately for Western Newell, he had a fast car last night. The same thing happened. He just he got caught up on that cushion, and it pretty much all but ended his night. However, he's still on the racetrack, but sitting in about 20th spot at the moment.
Yeah, so Newell's going to basically lose all the ground. He's going to have to go to the end of the line here, as Lewis Hewitt has disappeared. So I don't know what happened with Lewis there.
Actually, just watching, trying to watch a replay, but it looks like he just jumped the cushion and went upside down after the yellow. So yeah, that was definitely after the yellow.
Oh, it looks like Heilman checked up for the pace trucker for the caution flag, and then Hewitt was still on the gas and had nowhere to go, and that's gotta be heartbreaking for Lewis Hewitt.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he's probably going to be PI 55ED as we're coming to the 1 degree signal here. As the drivers, we're getting told, all right, single file, tighten up, white flag, lap 31, if I'm correct, and I'll start talking about the restart zone. So what are we going to have? About 18, 17 to go? 18 to go, I think.
Trying to do the math in my head. I don't have the overlay, which I guess doesn't really help here. So Heidelman's going to bring us a green flag, and we'll have like 17 or 18 some laps left to go. As Kerstetter now is going to inherit second, Lepresto third, fourth, Roberts, and fifth is Hill. As pace truck pulls off, David Heilman has control of the field, and we're back on the gas, green flag.
Yeah, but 18 to go. Here in race number 1's main event, Roberts now to the inside of Anthony Lepresto into turns 1 and 2. Run on the bottom side. Keep an eye on Britton Roxburgh's roll. Trying to run the top side of the racetrack. Look at that. It's a couple of pro drivers running the cushion, but tell you what, this bottom side Roberts, he's still making it work on the bottom side. Meanwhile, your battles for the race lead, Kerstetter and David Heileman, nose to tail down into 3 and 4.
Kerstetter all over the back bumper. Heilman, they may have touched a little bit there, which caused Kerstetter to have to lift. He's going to lose a bunch of ground as he banks a cushion going to the 1, but he's going to have a big run here on David Heilman down the back straightaway. Will Kerstetter have anything for him down in the 3? He puts it back on the cushion. Heilman runs the bottom side of the racetrack. Coming out of 4, your races for the lead, as Robert Kerstetter is going to take the lead and lead lap number, well, my thing it says 17, as Heilman slides back up the racetrack to the cushion, side by side out of 2, down the back straightaway. Kerstetter on the bottom, this time Heilman on the top. They switch roles as Kerstetter slides up the racetrack. Oh, almost throws it away, but he saves it.
Yeah, and while these two guys are battling, here comes the 57 of Anthony Lepresto, Robert Kerstetter, David Heilman. You've got company!
Kerstetter back to the bottom side. Heilman's going to slide up the racetrack. Here comes Lepresto's going to get a drive back underneath, but he's got to check up as Kerstetter comes down the racetrack. That's going to allow the number 33 Michigan David Heilman to pull away. Anthony Lepresto slides back to Robert Kerstetter. He goes back to the second spot as Brent Roxbury is trying to hunt them down in the 4th position.
Coming to 12 laps to go, just the 2 cautions so far. Here in race number 1's main event, your battle is still for 2nd and 3rd. David Heilman has cleared away from Anthony Lepresto and Robert Kerstetter. Kirsten are now all over the back of Lepresto into 3. There might have been slight contact, but he turned it wide. Look at Britton Roxbury trying to throw the big Hail Mary slide dog, but look at Chris Roberts back on the inside.
Chris Roberts is making the bottom side work, and as I say it, the caution flag comes out.
Craig Dunn, maybe? Having a look at the Colby's iPaint's instant replay. Yeah, the 057 went into turns 1 and 2, trying to slide up to the cushion. Caught the wall, jumped the cushion, front end into the ground, and flips a couple of times, but back on all fours, and I dare say he's going to have a meatball. So Craig Dunn, once again, probably only a couple of times this season where he found himself back in the pits. He's actually, I believe he's challenging with Stephen Hill for the 410 title as well. I believe he's up there in the top 3 or top 5.
Yeah, I believe only like 18 points separate him or something like that the last time I checked. So the two teammates battling it out at the top of the charts in the 410s. But that's going to hurt Craig Dunn here tonight. I do not know if tonight counts as a regular points race. I don't think it does, but don't mark my word. But we're going to have white flag should be on lap 34, so I have just under 10 to go, and the battle is starting to pick up. We saw Kerstetter battling Heilman for the lead. Lepresto gets back by Kerstetter, and Roxbury is right behind him, so we'll see if they have anything for him as race control is about to tell us what's going on. So white flag lap 34 here. And we'll have, looks like 9 laps to go. So David Heilman's going to have control of the field. Lepresto second, Kerstetter third, Roxbury fourth, and Roberts is fifth. And he's working the bottom side of the racetrack. Hill is sixth, Snamball seventh, Flick eighth, Ryan Pace is ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is the number 31 of Tyson Landis. So Heilman on the top side of the racetrack. We'll see if he stays up there for the restart or he cuts down. The pace truck pulls off. We're about to get back green flag racing, and we're green. Heilman gets a good jump on the field, but Anthony Lepresto is going to have it close enough to where he might be able to get a run through 1 and 2. Runs the top side of the racetrack, but Heilman found the cushion as Lepresto's run's not going to be enough, but here comes Roxbury. 3-car battle that we're going to have a caution flag come out. We'll see what this one is for. As it looks to be, we got a couple guys involved in this one. Coming out of turn number 2, Ryan Pace. So let's see what happens here. Pace on the bottom side of the racetrack. Flick comes down and gets sideways right in front of Landis and Batista. And Batista got into him pretty hard, and Batista goes straight. Pace was on his lid. And then Batista, a little bit of extracurricular after the caution, got sideways again going into 3. So we'll have to see if Batista's got a black flag or a meatball here. And he pulls in the pits, so yes he does. So Batista's gonna have to go to the pits and most likely will end his night here. As white flag should be on lap number 37. Heilman continues to lead out front. Anthony Lepresto second. And looking at the lap times here, when you look at the two guys in first and second, Lepresto's fastest lap of the race is a 16:9:45. And then for the number 33 machine of David Heilman, it's a 16:7:85, which was ran on the second lap of the feature. Heilman's fastest lap, really, in the last 10 or so laps, is a 16:8. So Heilman's still faster on the racetrack than Lepresto, but it's all going to be about what line is the fastest and which one's the best. White flag lap 37, Chris Roberts telling the field. So we're going to have about, it looks like 8 laps. Nine laps. So 9 laps to go. No laps were completed there on that last restart. So Lepresto, back bumper of Heilman. Kerstetter in third, Roxbury fourth. Roxbury had company there from Roberts and Stephen Hill, so let's see how he does on this restart. This time Heilman's going to restart in the middle of the racetrack. It runs to the bottom side, runs to the bottom. runs through the bottom through 1 and 2. So does Kerstetter, as Lopresto is really the only car on the top side of the racetrack. Gets a big run through the mid part of the turn, but loses a lot of it on exit, and that's going to allow Kerstetter to run right behind him. Here comes Roxbury on the top side, though, of Kerstetter trying to get a run down the front straightaway. Down in the 1 and 2, Lopresto bangs the cushion early. Will keep it on the cushion, gets a good run off the turn, but David Heilman is going to pull away from the field. He's got about, I'd say, 6 or 7 car lengths, but the caution flag is out. Logan Christensen upside down on the exit of turn number 2. And this one actually starts ahead of him here. It looks like Corey Kosloff got sideways, got a little bit of help right in front of Weston Newell and Logan Christensen, and Christensen goes flipping on the exit of turn number 2. So that'll regroup the field and will basically allow Lopresto to get another attempt here at David Heilman.
Yeah, it's certainly been the talk of the last couple of starts anyway between Heilman and Lopresto. You throw in Kirsten and Roxbury as well. I mean, Chris Roberts, David Flick. Now, he started, I think, position 23 or 24 in tonight's main event. He's found his way up to position 6, and you just got to wonder, has he got a top 5 car at the moment? Yeah, he's got a fast car, but it's all about trying to come through the field. He's done that so far. I mean, who knows what we're going to see here in the final stages of this main event.
His fastest lap so far is only a 17.2, so not even in the 16-second bracket like we see the guys in front of him. So he's got to have his work cut out.
Try listening to race control
On the
here.
green, guys, tighten up, single file, white flag, lap 40.
White flag lap number 40, so we'll have 7 to go. Who will take out race number 1 will be David Heilman, as he's done so throughout the entire night here. Well, Anthony Lopresto, Robert Kirsten, Britton Roxbury, Chris Roberts, your top 5. Have any of those guys got anything for David Heilman? Stand line up, nose to tail, 7 laps remain here in race number 1's main event. Reminder, we're not done with after this one. We're going to have a race number 2 again as well. So green flag is out and we're underway with David Heilman leading into 1 and 2. And here comes Lopresto to the inside. Your battle is for the lead.
Your race is for the lead, side by side down the back straightaway. Lopresto put it on the bottom that time through 1 and 2, and it pays its dividends as he gets to the lead lap. Here on Heilman, as Heilman goes back to the bottom side of the racetrack, Lopresto goes in the back, but don't look in that rear view mirror as Brent Roxbury comes up to 3rd. He's going to try to chase down the top 2, but Heilman back to the bottom. Lopresto on the top on the exit of 4.
5 to go that time by for your race leader, Anthony Lopresto. David Heilman on the inside with a big slide jump into 1 and 2. Lopresto crosses underneath. They go side by side. Little contact down the back straightaway. Now here comes Lopresto with a slider. 4 to go. And your race is for the lead in the wicked cushion. Knoxville Nationals.
Heilman back to the bottom side of the racetrack, plants it right on the bottom, right on the berm. But Anthony Lopresto with a big run down the back straightaway, runs the top side of the racetrack. David Heilman didn't shut the door, but in that proverbial rearview mirror, Brent Roxbury reels him in on entry every single time as they're side by side at the line.
3 to go for the 33 and the 57. Heilman and Lopresto side by side, switching lanes down the back straightaway. Lopresto gets to the cushion. Heilman gets up the cushion. They come to 2 to go.
Popsicle sticks are in the air as David Heilman goes back to the bottom side of the racetrack, slides up the racetrack once again. Oh, contact! Lopresto, Heilman into the wall upside down, and 1 and 2 are eliminated from the field.
Well, talk about having luck on your side. We'll take a look at the Colby's iPace instant replay. And this was just inevitable. It was happening. It was going to happen for the last 4 or 5 laps. We see Heilman get a little out of shape, and Lopresto, I mean, you can't blame that on anyone. That is hard racing. It's just the track conditions at the moment. Just wrong place at the wrong time for both drivers. Man, it sucks for Heilman. It sucks for Lopresto. But I'll tell you who it doesn't suck for. Britton Roxbury and Chris Roberts, who now run 1-2.
Bryn Roxbury was behind him the whole time, and he was reeling him in. And that accident there between the leaders, Roxbury bought a scratch-off ticket at Dingus, and it puts him on the pole for this restart here with about a green-white checkered, I believe, and Kerstetter second, Roberts third. So will Kerstetter or Roberts have anything for Roxbury on the restart?
Well, we know Roberts is going to run the bottom, so I mean that's pretty much a guaranteed. But with a green-white checker, I mean it is anybody's guess who's going to win this one. Can Roxbury hang on? He's been throwing the big Rico Hail Marys, trying to catch Heilemann and Lepresto, and now you throw in Kerstetter, who was there at the start of the race. I mean, we also talked about David Flick, and how about Tyson Landis as well? Just slowly flying under the radar in position number 5. Green-white checker incoming.
Green-white checker is inbound as Bryn Roxbury started 12th. He's up the first. Will Kerstetter have anything for him, or will Roxbury hold him off and get the win here in prelim number 3? Only a mile left to go before we have our answers. Pace truck pulls off. Roxbury waits for the signal from Doug Clark. We're green.
Oh, Kerstetter a little out of shape on that restart, but Roxbury going to continue to run the slide job line through turns 1 and 2. Look at a lot of these drivers on the bottom side. Oh no! Stanmore upside down. I believe it's Stanmore in the 54. He rode the cushion, and it was a wicked ride.
I have never seen a car do that before. All he did was turn left and it dug in. Huge ride into the fence in front of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Comes back down the racetrack, gets hit at least once, and flips to a halt on the back straightaway. But we'll have another green-white checkered because they did not take the white flag.
And we'll take a look at the Colby's iPaint's instant replay, and I dare say that Stanmore may be trying to get that sprint car into the Hall of, and trying to get that car into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum as well. Man, that was tough to watch, and that must have been you get dizzy on those ones.
I mean, just turn left to try to keep it off the wall, and that car dug into the fluff and it sent him flying into the fence. That's not how you want to put your car in the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. But unfortunately for Max Stambaugh, it looks like it's going to end his night. And that is another life for Robert Kerstetter, as he definitely did not get the start that he probably wanted on that restart. So he'll have a second chance here along with Roberts and Flick. So another green-white checker inbound. I believe we'll have 1 to green here once they cross the line.
So one more time, we'll have a green-white checker. Hopefully this time, and this is going to be playing on the mind of Bryn Roxbury. What is going through his mind right now? After he got a good start in 1 and 2, he was coming into 3 and 4 before the yellow flag came out. And when you're in a situation like that, you've just got to think, oh, please no, can we just get this race in?
Yeah, all he's got to do is take the white flag, and the next flag ends it. But for him, he's got to hit his mark, and so does Kerstetter. If Kerstetter misses, it's over. I think Roxbury's going to pull away, so we'll get another green, and Roxbury may have went early.
Well, race control, I'm sure we'll be onto that one as we go through 1 and 2. Roxbury rides the cushion out of turn number 2. Kerstetter about 3 car lengths away. Back into turn number 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. What looks to be, look at Roberts work on the bottom side. The white flag is out. They will race it to the start, or they will race it to the line now. No more caution. Down the back straight away for the final time in race number 1. Through turns 3 and 4. The Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals night number 2, race 1, belongs to the 421 of Bryn Roxbury. Home in second is Robert Kerstetter, and Chris Roberts rounds out the top 3. What a drive by David Flick, getting in position number 4. Tyson Landis in 5th. Woo boy. Zane, what a race. It had everything you could ask for.
It definitely did. We had racing early on. We had a racing halfway through, and then we had that epic battle between David Heidelman and Anthony Presto until both of those guys unfortunately got on their lids. And Bryn Roxbury, like I said, bought the scratch-off ticket, and he won big as it put him on basically the first place until the end of this race. So Bryn Roxbury takes home prelim race number 3. We'll have one more coming up, but let's get down to victory lane here and talk to these top 3.
All right, well, so we'll go down and talk to the driver of the 93, Mr. Gullarat himself, Chris Roberts. Chris, congratulations on a 3rd place here. I mean, just another slick racetrack, and well, something that you love to do. You just find the bottom and you just make it work.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. That's I did exactly what I did last night for race 1, and brought another 3rd place finish in race 1 on a slick track, sticking to the bottom, never leaving it. Now when it comes to nighttime, I've been struggling, unfortunately, but hopefully I can try and repeat again here in the nighttime, but it'll be a little bit different under the lights.
I forgot what I was going to ask you just then. I just had to take a breath, but track was very slick again, similar to what we've seen last night. And I mean, it looked like guys were able to move all over the racetrack. It's pretty much what you want to see, come feature time as well. Guys being able to move all over the track.
Oh yeah, that's that racing, being able to move all over the place, running different lines. That's been great so far. The first 2 nights now. Race 1 last night was pretty nice on that slick track. Race 2 was a lot rougher than I expected. Race 1 here was pretty nice, and then we had a couple, caution after caution, and a couple green-white checkers there. But I mean, racing-wise, you can run wherever you want to. Me and Britton ran side by side for the good portion of the middle race there. Me glued to the bottom, him up top. So it is multiple lanes. I mean, just that cushion looked pretty gnarly though if you were up there and you hit it wrong.
It was certainly catching quite a few drivers out, but you had 2 cautions, I think, in the first sort of 14, 15, 16 laps, somewhere around there, and all of a sudden we see about 3 or 4 in the last 10. I mean, does it sort of get you out of your rhythm, and how hard is it to get back to that focus zone and try and hit your marks on the bottom, because it's very tough to hit here.
Yeah, the bottom is tough. I mean, I was lifting all the way out of the throttle, not really getting back into it until I heard the car backfire, and then just rolling basically easy on the throttle, maybe quarter throttle lift that. So, I mean, the yellows do screw it up, because when the guys get the initial jump, they get that jump, and then it takes me about a lap and a half or so to finally get my momentum rolling to somewhat either catch back up a little bit or hang with them. And there, that one yellow, I think 2nd through 5th, we were going to have a dogfight to the end if it would have went green the rest of the way. That was shaping up to be quite fun, and then the yellow come out. I was a little disappointed there, and then, capitalized on David and Anthony, unfortunately, coming together and snuck away with 3rd place.
All right, well, look, well done on a 3rd place here tonight in the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals night 2. But before we let you go out here and get your car prepared for race number 2, you thank the people that need to be thanked.
As always, gotta shout out to Wicked Cushion as usual. I love their support. They've been great to us. Looking forward to what we do moving on. He's been great with this little event here, adding some more products on the line for guys, make the incentive to show up every night. So that's pretty sweet. First time we've had 40 cars for a 410 race, period. So maxed out the server, so that's great. Thanks for support, guys. Blue Sphere for what they do on our normal Tuesday nights with the 360s. DTB, I was the only one, unfortunately, to make the show out of our team there. Brett, Zane, you guys up in the booth, and then just everybody who watches us, supports us, comes out and race with the Dirty Old Bastard. Thank you, and hope you can turn into race 2 that I'll get set up here momentarily, and hopefully we can make it another good one.
All right, there we go. Chris Roberts there, home in 3rd place. Robert said we're not going to get a chat to because he's not in Discord, but we'll send Zane Scott down to victory lane to chat with our winner, Britton Roxbury.
I am down in victory lane here at the Knoxville Raceway. This is the second time in 7 days I've been down here with the lumberjack himself, as I call him, Brent Roxbury. Brent, congratulations on the win. It took a little bit of luck there with the Lepresto and Heilman incident, but you put yourself in that position to basically get the lucky bounce headed your way. What was this track like there at the start when we saw a lot of moisture in it up top, and then at the end there when it kind of started to slick off?
Yeah, the track towards the end started working in my favor. None of our setups for any cars, for some reason, we can't grip the tacky. So when it slickened off, the arms came up and the setup came in, and just slowly working my way up. And lucky those two getting into each other, just kind of drove on through and proceeded to take it home.
We saw you there throwing some kind of a big, not really haymakers, but running the slider line and running it hard and deep into the turn every single time. Did you feel like that was the fastest way around this track, or were you just trying to go where guys weren't going?
Yeah, at first I didn't really think it was the fastest way around. I was just kind of trying different things, seeing where the guys, weren't running, and just try to move on up. But in the end, it ended up being the faster way around. So it ends up being like that at Knoxville a good bit of the time.
A big win here is going to give you a lot of points moving forward for the rest of this week. I don't think we saw you there last night, so you're definitely going to take these points here tonight and run with them. And there's probably a long list of people that you would want to thank for getting you in this position.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hammer Down TV and Brett here with Ultimate Dirt TV and the team Black Down Motorsports.
All right, that is the lumberjack himself, Brent Roxbury. I'm going to send it up to you, Brett. I got to get ready to go strap in here for race number 2. I'll let you take this one home.
All right, well, good luck, Zane, in race number 2. Thank you for joining us in the booth here for race number 1. It's much appreciated. Good luck for that one, and we'll see him later on in the program. We're going to get set for race number 2 in just a moment. But race number 1, the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals, night number 2, belongs to Britain Rockstar Robert Kerstetter and Chris Roberts rounds out the podium. Reminder, we're not done with just yet. We are getting set for race number 2. We'll have a new stream up in about 15 to 20 minutes time. So if you haven't done so already, you can follow the social media information for Ultimate Dirt TV on Facebook and YouTube, and also Twitter as well. And make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to the YouTube channels as well. We'll take a quick break and come back with race number 2 of night number 2 of the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Nationals.